Hello to anyone watching this. I did sort of a version of this a couple days ago and quickly took it down because it was very short and I didn't really give any explanation. So I'm redoing it with some explanation. This is a simple, at this point simple, utility AI. That is a type of game AI that uses what's called a utility function to determine what is the best course of action to take. Mr. Capsule here is our character, who is controlled by the AI. And if you look, this is a sort of early prototype of a Sims-like game. And if you go over here, let me just switch something. There. Nope. You can look in this guy. Mr. Capsule here has a bunch of needs that mostly tick down. There are a few special ones that work a bit differently. And he has some activities he can do, which are attached to these 4 refrigerators, which I made, and these other props, and this one fake character, which I actually did not make. They come from a third-party asset pack. The refrigerators are mine, but each of these has an activity that can fulfill one of these needs over a certain amount of time. And so, in order to try and keep them up, he cycles between them. Here we have all the available activities and how much they rate. And each time he has to make a decision. What it will do, it'll calculate how good each option is based on how low the need is and how much a particular object will fill it, and then sorts them, and then we'll pick from the top. In this case, the top 2. There is a little bit of complication to how this works, in that it will always have at least 2 if there's more than 1. Never more than 6, but it could be more if there were more, up to about, I think I put 20% of the total activities. So now he's supposedly sleeping. I don't have animation, so he doesn't actually try and get in bed. But I can go over here to some of the code. Each activity tells what need it satisfies, how much it satisfies it, how long it takes to do it, and where the character should be to use it. And these are put into, these activities are then attached to, damn it. We just start over because I see it seemed to have moved to a strange place. But each of these has an activity attached. The character has a character script that has personality, which is all average and doesn't do anything yet. It has an emotion, which is start out in a good mood, slowly move toward the median. There is a need that's based on how positive the emotion is, by the way, and that is not fulfilled in this way. But if you go over here to the activity chooser, you have references to the character and to the character's needs. And whenever it needs to make a choice, we have this code down here to choose, which will first calculate the current desirability, that's the utility function, and then sort them accordingly and make a choice and behave accordingly. I don't know why that does that when I do that. By the way, I do have a camera setup where I have 2 ways of moving around. One way is a way similar to Minecraft creative mode, and then if I switch, I get a classic simulation type camera, as you might find in something like SimCity, City Skylines, or a Sims game. Not any specific one of those. I think actually the way I did it is most similar to City Skylines. But that's what I did. Now, whether or not I will actually finish this, well, I've realized it's an awful lot for one person. I'm not necessarily good at animating, but it's been an interesting prototype to try and make. So that's all I really had to say about this for now. Who knows, maybe I'll come back later and talk about why this particular project is one of the ones I've done. I've actually was alternating between a couple of them. One of them more similar to a Sims game and one more similar to an Elder Scrolls type of game. Albeit in miniature scale. They each have their own difficulties. With this one, would be mostly player-created content, but I have a lot of things I would have to make. A better build mode than I've managed to get. Animations. But it's an interesting it's been an interesting project to work on, regardless of whether or not it actually becomes a real game. So anyway, I've talked longer than I planned, and perhaps I'll have another video talking about why, particularly, I want to do this particular project and why it's actually a little bit less interesting than it used to be. Anyway, have a great day. If you watch this, thanks for your time.